Oh, hello. Bannange mwasiibye mutya? Nze Nana Kagga ndi wano ku kaalo Amatendo Nakinyuguzi. I hope everyone's doing all right. I think everyone should be coping better. We're getting closer to finishing the 42 days. Nani amanye ebya Uganda bizibu okutottola. Anyways, I wanted to do this little video today because I wanted to share an experience that I've been having with my children. So, for over a year, we have been homeschooling our children. I mean, that's over a year, that's over 12 months, that's over 365 days. Yes, we have been parents, we have been teachers, we have been therapists, we have been cheerleaders, we have been their doctors. If that's not a form of birth control, I don't know what is. Anyway, I wanted to share because I have found a side of myself that I didn't know existed. In becoming our children's teachers, I have noticed a sign within myself. I struggle with the idea that my daughter, especially now, my daughter, let's first put the boys on the side because they're a little younger. I struggle with the idea that my daughter finds certain things difficult in her studies that I would expect her to find easy because I found them easy. Then I find it really hard that she doesn't work harder at understanding them the way I'm explaining them to her. And that in essence has brought something out in me that I have found that as much as I don't want to exalt teachers, I think that to be a really effective educator, you cannot be one's parent because we are instinctively as parents, we want our children to be good at certain things. We expect them to be good at certain things because either we've already mapped out a future for them or we have been good at those things. So through DNA, we expect our children to be good at that. So the frustration that comes when they struggle with certain things, ng'omwana obadde omusuubira nti ebyo yandibadde abimanyi kubanga gwe wali obimanyi oba gy'omwagala agende n'ekyomwagaliza okubeera alina okuba nti abimanyi. So what that does, it makes for a frustrated teacher / parent. And we break these children's spirits because our criticism as parents towards a child is something that's irretrievable. It's something that it's irreconcilable because you can't then explain to your child why you're so frustrated with them not being able to achieve certain things. I think that per se for me, I have found it really hard to be patient with my daughter, really hard not to be expectant of my daughter, really hard not to try and push things down her throat because I want her to be a certain way, I want her to be something, so she must know these things. And kyentuuseeko mu kiseera kino kyentegedde nti ng'abazadde twegendereze nnyo nga ffe tusomesa abaana baffe kubanga ffe ng'abazadde omwana wo olina ky'omwagaliza, and in doing so you push them until you almost break them. And ekyo ekintu simanyi na kukinnyonnyola abantu naye nze nga Nana nasalawo nti muganda wange Meme yabanyamba okusomesa Nava simply because Meme doesn't expect her to be anything. She's so enthusiastic with everything Nava does. She cheers her on without back thoughts of her, without back thoughts of her being something else. There is no preconceived idea of what she should achieve or who she should be. So I am like, I don't know how other parents are doing it, but I'm finding that to be a teacher to one's child, you have to be extremely patient, extremely understanding, extremely empathic, extremely broad-minded, that you do not force your child to give up their dreams simply because you keep hammering at them about who they're supposed to be. So nze simanyi banaye abakadde b'abaana musaawa eno bwe mukikola. Naye nze kyensanze nti ate I find it easier to deal with the little ones because it's all fun and they're so small that I don't put any expectations on them. But my daughter is another story and I don't want to break her spirit. I don't want her to question who she is. I don't want her to give up her dreams in her quest to become what I want her to become. And in that I have found that we need to be really careful and we need to be really conscious when we're teaching our children. We need to breathe in and breathe out and be conscious of the things we're telling them. Kubanga bannange ffe ng'abazadde, we are supposed to be the cheerleaders. You're supposed to make your child believe that they can achieve anything, that they are invincible, especially as African children, because I keep talking about this, and the narrative of Africa is bannange abaana baffe tulina obbagamba nti they're just as good as anybody else. So nze neesanze nga bwe mba nsobola nava sijja musomesa, bwe mba I absolutely have to, then I do it, but I need to do it in a way that I constantly catch myself not breaking her spirit, but elevating it. And I think that's what being a true educator is. And that's why I think teachers do a fantastic job, because they have no preconceived ideas of who our children should be. They have no expectations that they need to impose on our children. And I really applaud anyone out there who's a teacher and is teaching their own child. I applaud parents that can homeschool their children. Naye nze nga bwe nkirabye bannange twebeereremu, tubeere careful about how we teach our children, how we communicate to them about their intellectual shortcomings. It is important that our criticism does not break them. I cannot say that enough, because our children will stop loving themselves, but they'll not stop loving us. Okay, Kali, your message, your kajemina bannange. Mbalamusiza, and I'll talk to you very soon. Have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day in these difficult, trying times. Akuume ntakuumira mpeera nga jjajjange Daniel Jakana bwe yayogeranga ne kojjange omugenzi Samuel Jakana bwe yayogeranga, bannange abakuume. Hey! Wait, what? It's still on.